Welcome to the Lifetime Assembly channel. My name is Isaac, and today I'm going to help you assemble your portable PowerLift basketball system with a 54-inch shatterproof backboard. Before we get started, make sure the model number of your system is listed in the description below. This video will follow the steps outlined in the assembly manual that comes with your basketball system, so if you've already begun and need help on a specific step, check the description below for a timestamp associated with each step. There are steps in this assembly that require 2 people, so make sure you have at least one other adult available to help. Before we get into the assembly process, let's take a look at the tools you'll need to complete the job. You may want to pause the video now so you can gather the supplies shown on the screen.
Also, you may see us use an impact driver. If you decide to use one as well, be careful not to over torque or over tighten the hardware.
Also, depending on how you decide to fill the base of your system, you'll either need 325 pounds of sand and a funnel or a hose connected to a water source. This video is meant to be a companion to the assembly manual and not a direct replacement. So for the best results, have the assembly manual on hand as you complete the build. It is also crucial that you refer to the assembly manual to review the safety instructions of this build to prevent serious injury or property damage. All right, let's get started. Take the bottom pole, which is the shortest pole, and the middle pole, the one with the warning label, and measure 4 inches from the top, which is the one with the slit, and mark it with a pencil. Take the other pole, which is the top pole, and insert a bolt and a washer into these small holes. On the other side, add the sleeves, then add the pole bracket oriented like this, then secure with the nuts. Slide the middle pole into the top hole, making sure that these small holes are on the same side. Make sure you've completed the other steps properly, otherwise it'll be extremely difficult to separate your poles after the next steps. We're going to seat the 2 poles together by striking the middle pole on a piece of scrap wood or cardboard 5 or 6 times. The goal of this step is to cover the mark you made on the middle pole. You will have to use some force, so be careful around your toes. If you are unable to cover the mark, you can try to continue to seat the poles. Otherwise, do not continue and call customer service. It is crucial that you complete these steps properly. Otherwise, the poles could separate during use, causing serious injury or property damage. Slide the bottom pole into the middle pole, making sure that these large holes are on the side and not in line with the pole bracket. We're going to seat the bottom pole the same way we seated the middle pole. Remember, it's important that you cover the mark you made on the bottom pole. Now we're going to secure the poles together by inserting the self-tapping screws into these holes. Insert the long axle into the hole at the bottom of the pole. Add a spacer on each side, then the wheels, then the remaining spacer. Then insert the short axle into the hole just above. With the pole bracket facing up, place the base onto the long axle, making sure it rests in these notches. Rotate the pole up so the short axle rests in these notches. Lay the system down and don't stand it back up until there's proper weight in the base. Attach the flat end of the pole brace to the base, making sure the angled end rests on the pole like this. Only finger tighten this hardware for now. Rotate the system and repeat on the opposite side. Now attach the opposite end of the pole braces to the pole with the hardware. The bolt may seem like it's too short, but the nut will reach it on the inside of the pole. Now go back and tighten the hardware on the base. Take the rim pivot bracket and insert the carriage bolts oriented like this. Using a 1/2 inch socket, press a push nut oriented like this onto the rim axle, going no further than 1/4 inch. Add the rim axle to this hole in the rim, making sure to add the rim pivot bracket oriented like this. Then add the other push nut to the other end of the rim axle. Place a plastic guard onto the rim oriented like this. Place the rim on the front of the backboard, making sure these bolts go into the round holes. Then secure the hardware. Place the U-bolt support bracket over the oblong holes, then add the U-bolt. Flip the backboard over and add the jam nuts all the way down the threads of the U-bolt. Add the compression springs, then the retainer plate, and secure with the nuts. Only tighten until the rim doesn't wobble. Place the cover plate in this position and secure the hardware. Add the backboard brackets to this location, oriented like this, making sure to add the hardware from the outside going in.
Do not fully tighten this hardware just yet.
To make the future steps easier, use the threads at the end of the bolt to clear out the excess powder coating and the holes on the backboard brackets. Add the short extension arms to the inside of these holes on the backboard brackets, making sure to add a spacer in between. Don't fully tighten this hardware just yet. Repeat the previous step, attaching the long extension arms to these holes on the backboard brackets, making sure the two holes close together are away from the backboard. Now go back and tighten the hardware connecting the backboard brackets to the backboard. Attach the long extension arms to this hole on the pole through this hole on the extension arms, making sure to add a spacer in between. Don't fully tighten this hardware just yet. Insert the pole cap into the pole, making sure the stirrups line up with these holes. Attach the short extension arm to this hole in the pole through this hole in the extension arm, adding a spacer in between. You will need someone to lift the base to get the holes to line up. Now go back and tighten all of the hardware on the extension arms. Only tighten until the nut is flush with the end of the bolt. Place the gas spring cover over the gas spring, making sure it's oriented like this. Line up the holes in the cover and gas spring with the holes in the pole bracket and secure with the hardware. With a handle oriented like this, add the trigger, line up the holes, and secure the hardware. Line up these holes in the handle with these holes in the pole and secure the hardware, making sure to add a spacer in between the handle and the pole. Add the release pin into the oblong hole of the gas spring. Raise the handle so the release pin rests in these notches on the trigger. Insert the hardware going through this hole. Add a lifter arm. Go through the gas spring. Add the second lifter arm and go through the remaining hole on the handle. Then tighten until the nut is flush with the end of the bolt. Line up the holes in the other end of the lifter arms with the holes in the long extension arms and secure the hardware, making sure I add a spacer in between the lifter arms. Add some of the provided grease to the release pin. Remove the plastic film from the backboard. Add the center frame pad to the backboard in this location and secure with the self-tapping screws. At the corner frame pads, keeping in mind that it will overlap the center frame pad. The next few steps go over how to fill the base of your basketball system. Click on this link here to see a video, refer to your manual in section 6 to see how to do this. If you have additional questions about filling the base of your basketball system, please feel free to reach out to the customer service team at the number below. We've already filled the base of this system, so we're going to move on to the next steps. Attach the net to the rim by threading the large loops onto the hooks. Now raise the system until the rim measures 10 feet away from the playing surface. Now that the rim measures 10 feet away from the playing surface, place a height adjustment sticker on the gas spring just below the cover. Make sure the 10-foot mark is at the top. Thank you for watching this video on how to assemble your Lifetime portable powerlift basketball system with a 54-inch shatterproof backboard. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up. For more content like this, subscribe to our channel. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to our customer service team and check out our other amazing products at lifetime.com.